guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Iceman Third ID. We're back in No Man's Sky, kinda. I'm gonna do something new. We're gonna be talking about, some good news and some bad news for, No Man's Sky. As you know, Elite Dangerous, the trailer for Elite Dangerous to come to PlayStation, has recently dropped, and I want to kind of compare the two and see if there's room enough for two sci-fi sheriffs in the same PlayStation town. So we're going to be taking a look at some screenshots. I've never done this before with a bunch of screenshots, so it's probably going to be messy. It's probably going to be the same quality you're used to, but I guarantee you that by the end of this video, you're going to be much more informed than you were before you watched it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight in to the screenshots. Alright, so the first screenshot is Elite Dangerous versus No Man's Sky. Alright, so Elite Dangerous sales hit 1.4 million, and that's 84 million hours of spent in-game time. Now, if you look at the bottom paragraph, it says, according to Frontier CEO David Barton, blah, 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 each player spends an average of 60 hours playing, and if they spend an average of $60 for the game, that it would equal $84 million spent on the game. So, No Man's Sky reached 78 million. And I think it's worth noting that I think No Man's Sky had a smaller development studio than Elite Dangerous. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the screenshots of Elite Dangerous. Elite Dangerous's galaxy is it's a 1-to-1 scale recreation of the Milky Way galaxy. I think it's got something like 50 billion galactic bodies in it, being planets and moons and stars and black holes and everything like that. Pretty interesting, and it's a 1-to-1 scale recreation of the Milky Way galaxy, which that means that you can go to Earth, find Earth, and Earth actually has satellites orbiting it, real, true-to-life satellites like the Voyager satellite. You can find it in space if you want to. It's pretty neat concept. So here, of course, you've also got freighters in Elite Dangerous, just like this, and I think that you can dock on them, and I don't know, I think you can own them, but you'll notice in all these screenshots there's a much more realistic, photorealistic vibe to Elite Dangerous. There's one of the fighters that you don't get in No Man's Sky, and I think that's the draw and the appeal. You've got base building in Elite Dangerous. You've got space stations. You actually have to ask for landing permission. There's the inside of one of the space stations. What else do we got here? There's the inside of a cockpit in Elite Dangerous. And I'm just showing you these to kind of introduce you to the game. Alright, so let's go over some of the numbers, and I'll present you with some of the facts. And for all intents and purposes, for the next section, Elite Dangerous is going to be blue, and No Man's Sky is going to be red, and I got this information from Google Trends. So what this first picture is it's a record of the last 4 years, the blue line being Elite Dangerous, and the red line being No Man's Sky, and how much interest there's been in either one of them for the last 4 years or so. And we're going to go through some key points in the last 4 years where we can see where people's interests lie, and I think it'll be a little bit interesting, and that'll help us gauge if there can only be one sci-fi adventure, discovery, exploration, combat sheriff in the PlayStation universe. Alright, so Elite Dangerous drops December of 2014, and as you can see, they've had a couple of updates, and so the interest peaked a little bit, but that's when Elite Dangerous came out, and of course No Man's Sky was barely on the radar back then, because I think that they had done an E3 like a year before that, so No Man's Sky wasn't even in the public conscience yet. Alright, so now fast forward to August of 2016. Elite Dangerous has fallen in interest as far as that goes. The game's been out for a while, the DLC's been out for a while, and the hardcore Elite Dangerous fans are still around, but No Man's Sky releases, right? Look at that. Look at that spike right there, and tell me who's more interested in what. I think people are much more interested in No Man's Sky. Everybody talks about No Man's Sky hype and all that nonsense. Of course, we know that it didn't meet up to that standard of of hype when it first came out, but we just got this Foundation update. Now, what's interesting is the same week that we get the Foundation update, we also get the trailer for Elite Dangerous coming to PS4. Huh. And that's fairly interesting, right? Because in the trailer, if you go and watch the trailer, just search Elite Dangerous PS4 release trailer. They put a jab at Hello Games in the trailer. It says explore, trade, and fight, just like the No Man's Sky trailer. So apparently they see No Man's Sky as a direct competitor in the same genre, and I don't think that they were even worried really about coming to PlayStation until the Foundation update. I don't know. That's the way it looked like to me anyway. Of course, these things are planned out months in advance, so possibly not. But who knows? I mean, just by looking at this graph, I mean, if we'll go to the next one. Now, fast forward to December, which is right now, of 2016, you've got a small uptick right there at the end for No Man's Sky. That's the Foundation update. And Elite Dangerous looks like they're still on a downward curve, even though they've come out with this PlayStation Network, or PlayStation announcement. They're coming to PlayStation. But, I mean, if you think about it, everybody on PlayStation has pretty much given up on this even coming to the console. I don't even think they were thinking about it until No Man's Sky is now having some sort of success. I mean, people are coming back to it. Monetarily, they're almost as big a success as Elite Dangerous already, and now they're starting to come out with updates that make the game a game and make it playable again. So I think they're right in thinking that No Man's Sky is their competitor, but if you look at it, I mean, if No Man's Sky keeps on coming out with content, free content, and Elite Dangerous is charging for their updates, I just don't know. This is a map of who's interested and where. So, I don't know, a pretty odd thing is that south of the equator, they're more interested in No Man's Sky, and north of the equator, they're more interested in Elite Dangerous. I think that's more of an Xbox PlayStation thing though, because of region locking and whatnot. So in conclusion, guys, I think that just based on the interest in the game, and I know that Hello Games is messed up. I know that the game isn't everything they promised it was going to be, but I think it will be. And I think as long as they keep on improving the game, I don't think that No Man's Sky has anything to worry about. I really don't. I mean, you saw that huge spike in interest that it had when the game launched. I mean, it was ridiculous. I mean, have you ever seen anything like that before? I mean, it's huge. So yeah, Elite Dangerous, their revenues are gonna pop up for a little bit after it hits PlayStation, and rightly so. I mean, I hope it does. I'll play it. You know, I'm gonna enjoy the heck out of it. But I don't think that No Man's Sky is going anywhere. I mean, No Man's Sky is obviously targeted to a certain type of player, and Elite Dangerous is targeted to a certain type of player. It looks more like a AAA title than No Man's Sky does. No Man's Sky looks like an indie game. And so you've got clear differences between the two. Elite Dangerous, you can't even get out of your ship. You're in your ship or a land vehicle the entire time. I mean, let that sink in. That's the only way you can get around. You can't walk around with your 2 feet. And that's something that No Man's Sky is always going to have over Elite Dangerous. If I want to get out of my ship, I have to play No Man's Sky. So anyway, guys, long story short, I think that No Man's Sky is going to be just fine. But I'm going to keep a close eye on it for you. Like, favorite, share, subscribe if this video has been informative, if I've been helpful to you in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Look, if you go to Facebook, this picture on your screen here is the picture of my fan page. Just go under groups and search for Iceman Third ID, and go ahead and join my my fan page. And this video wouldn't be possible if there weren't somebody named Sunshine. So thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.